Dinosaurs are one of the biggest and most fascinating creatures to ever walk and likely terrorize the Earth. There is so much about them that we don't know. However, centuries of studying them have allowed us some insight into their incredible lives. Here are 11 shocking facts about dinosaurs. Number 11. Dinosaurs Timeline. The Jurassic Park franchise really didn't lie to us. In what comes across as a shocking surprise, your favorite dinosaurs didn't live in the same time period. They never had epic fights over food, and they likely didn't even live on the same continent. The Stegosaurus, for instance, had been extinct for 66 million years before the T-Rex ever roamed the Earth. The first lived during the late Jurassic period 150 million years ago, while the latter lived in the late Cretaceous period some 70 million years ago. And while the T-Rex lived in North America and Mongolia, the legendary giant that is the Gigantosaurus lived in South America and died 30 million years before the first T-Rex. The Spinosaurus also went extinct 30 million years before the T-Rex, but it lived in South Africa. Number 10. You can probably outrun a T-Rex. The T-Rex is often portrayed as this fierce, speedy predator that could outrun you, your Jeep, and your boat. This misconception was due to paleontologists previously clocking in the speed of the T-Rex to 30 miles per hour and a walking speed of 4.5 to 6.7 miles per hour. The reality is a lot less exciting. A new study found that the tyrannical lizard that was feared by all likely walked at a brisk pace of just under 3 miles per hour. To put it in comparison, the average athlete sprints at 15 miles per hour. Motivated enough, you'll outrun the T-Rex. However, the same doesn't apply to other dinosaurs. One of the meanest, fastest dinosaur to ever live could outrun your car. The fastest of the species was called Ostrich mimic ornithomimids, particularly the Dromaeosaurus, a toothless, meat-eating ostrich-like dinosaur that ran at least 40 to 50 miles per hour. You're better off running from a T-Rex. Number 9. Stegosaurus had lime-sized brains. Ever look at a picture of those fearsome Stegosauruses who look like they could easily step over and crush any dinosaur that looks at it wrong? As big as they are, which is over 5 tons heavy, nature compensated to let other species survive by giving them exceptionally small brains. That 5-ton dinosaur? Its brain is the size of a lime or the size of a Brazil nut. To put it in other words, modern dogs have bigger brains. One of the few numbered weapons the Stegosaurus had to defend itself would have been its spiked tail, which packed enough power to fend off fierce predators such as the Allosaurus. Number 8. They weren't the Earth's first beasts. As big and ancient as their fossilized bones are, you would think that dinosaurs are the oldest beasts to ever terrorize the Earth. However, there were ancient beasts that ruled the world before them. Before the first dinosaurs came to be, which is around 230 million years ago in the Middle to Late Triassic period, the dominant predators were called archosaurs, pelycosaurs, and therapsids. Pelycosaurs appeared by the end of the Carboniferous period and lived in the Permian, meaning they ruled the Earth for around 40 million years. The Permian period ended 250 million years ago. At that time, a meteorite similar to the one that killed nearly all dinosaurs 185 million years later wiped them out, leaving behind therapids as one of the few survivors. By the end of the Triassic period, the first archosaurs made for the first primitive dinosaurs such as the Eoraptor, the Herasaurus, and the Starcosaurus. And for some time, giant prehistoric crocodiles were the apex predators. It wasn't until the start of the Jurassic period, 200 million years ago, that dinosaurs started evolving to live up to their now terrifying reputation. Number 7. The biggest dinosaur ever. It's common knowledge that dinosaurs were crazy big, but the size of the biggest recorded dinosaur ever found made paleontologists' jaws drop. You would think the meat eaters such as the Gigantosaurus were the largest ones, but it was actually the plant eaters who were as tall as buildings. The biggest meat eater was only around 45 feet long and 8 tons. The plant eaters, they weighed 100 tons and were as long as 110 feet. Meet the Titanosaurus, which was so large it didn't fit in the gallery, was supposed to be displayed at the American Museum of Natural History. Titanosaurus dinosaurs are a group of sauropod dinosaurs, the largest of which is called the Patagotitan. The Patagotitan is a big deal, literally. It would have been a terrifying 28 feet tall, 121 feet long, and would have weighed 76 tons, which is both longer than a blue whale and heavier than 10 African elephants. Number 6. Most dinosaurs were plant eaters. The T-Rexes and Spinosauruses of the ancient world give a bad rep to dinosaurs. The two of them, along with other meat-eating predators, were laughingly low in number compared to plant-eating dinosaurs. Yes, the T-Rex, the Spinosaurus, and the Gigantosaurus fiercely hunted for food, but sauropods, hadrosaurs, and ornithopods were content to lead an herbivorous life. Herbivorous dinosaurs were also a lot bigger. It may be due to evolution to survive being preyed upon by both individual and packs of ferocious carnivores. Number 5. The T-Rex was probably as smart as an ostrich. Yes, the Stegosaurus notoriously had a tiny brain, at least in proportion with its giant body, but that doesn't mean all dinosaurs were the same. The smartest dinosaur would have likely been the Troodon, the Deinonychus, or the T-Rex, who possessed large brains in comparison to their body size. That means they had better than average coordination, sense of smell, sight, and agility. While it's not likely that they would have been able to trick Jurassic World scientists like in the movies or turn doorknobs, they would have had the intelligence of a modern bird such as ostriches. Number 4. The weirdest dinosaur ever. With a jaw packed full of crocodile-like colonial teeth, hips shaped like a whale, a crane-like neck, paddle-like feet, the length of a school bus, and the weight of an elephant, the dinosaur known as the Spinosaurus is probably the weirdest dinosaur to ever live. Their strange bodies mean they were semi-aquatic, meaning they were the apex predator of both the earth and the waters. In fact, with their crocodile-like bodies, they likely spent half their time in the water. The Spinosaurus is an anomaly because prior to its discovery, there had never been a dinosaur that could swim. Number 3. Dinosaurs could have lived for centuries. Let's hope dinosaurs couldn't hold a grudge, because chances are that they could have led very long lives. Modern crocodiles and alligators can live up to 60-70 years, whilst giant tortoises can live for well over 150 years. Swans are known to live over 100 years. Parrots outlive humans. The giant elephant lives for over 70 years. Unlike modern animals and birds, while no one knows exactly how long dinosaurs' lifespans were, scientists can make expert estimates. Some estimations that their lifespans were related to their body size, saying that some species could have lived for 100, 200, or even 300 years. However, it's also believed that the T-Rex only lived for 28 years. A chicken-sized dinosaur would have lived for no more than 10 years. The Allosaurus might have lived for over 50 or 60 years. Number 2. There were dinosaurs in Antarctica. You may look at Antarctica as a frozen wasteland now, but millions of years ago, specifically 145 million years ago, you wouldn't have been able to recognize it. Instead of being unbearably cold and empty, Antarctica would have been a lush land, covered in forests and nice weather. During the Cretaceous period, 145 to 66 million years ago, it would have been ice-free. There also would have been forests at both poles. All kinds of dinosaurs lived there. In 2019, the heaviest ever Elasmosaurus that weighed 15 tons was discovered there. Number 1. Dinosaurs may still roam the earth. And most shockingly, dinosaurs didn't die out in their own apocalypse. It's believed that a giant meteorite hit the Earth some 65 million years ago and wiped out all dinosaurs, pterosaurs, and plesiosaurs. Any animal larger or heavier than a dog wouldn't have made it. However, that left prehistoric lizards, crocodiles, and birds to survive. Modern birds are probably more closely related to epic dinosaurs like the T-Rex than the T-Rex is related to the Mammaticus, for example. All birds can be traced back to a group of dinosaurs called theropods, which made their first appearance in the late Triassic period 231 million years ago. And these are all the shocking facts about dinosaurs that we have for you today. Which one did you find the most shocking? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And before you go, if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to Weeklypedia and click that notification bell to be alerted whenever we upload a new video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.